to bring in now a very special guest. If you've been in a vacuum, you've missed just what a terrific weekend of baseball for Tennessee. As the Vols sweep LSU, only the second sweep of LSU in school history. And, boy, a big part of that sweep, AP, is our next guest, Evan Russell. Evan, we appreciate you joining the show tonight. Tell me how much fun was that this weekend?
Oh, I mean, I can't even describe the feeling that the locker room was after today's game. 3 years ago, I was sitting in LSU's situation, got swept on a walk-off, so I can't imagine how they're feeling right now. But being on the other side of that, it's as sweet as can be, I'll tell you what.
Well, you with 3 home runs in Game 2, tying a Tennessee record. And, by the way, joining some pretty good company there, Evan. Guys like by the name of Todd Helton, Alan Cockrell, Cody Hahn, and Rusty Enzer, who was actually doing the game today. He was the color analyst on TV today, so sort of ironic there. But I think your performance, to me, epitomizes this team. You think across the board, the number of people this weekend and really all season that have contributed. Pitchers, Chad Dallas sets the tone on Friday. You get Hundley, who decides he gets a decision or a save in every game. The key hits, Drew Gilbert, Luke Lipsius walking off today, the single up the middle, your 3 bombs. I mean, you go on and on and on. A guy like Connell coming in and pitching some key innings. But the balance on this baseball team, talk about the balance and how many different contributors you guys have had to this point.
It's funny how you say it is. We have a lot of guys that do contribute, and it's great to be able to look up at the lineup. You never know who's going to have the game. Drew Gilbert today, and he came out just electric. And then in the second game, when Vance had 3 hits and scoring the final run with Luke Lipsius got in, we got a lot of guys that the team just truly loves watching and truly loves or wants them to succeed. And whenever you have a dugout like that really has all the energy, only people having success, you never know who's going to have the key hits or be dominant on the mound. And it's awesome to see guys that put in just come out and do their thing, and it pays off for them.
Hey, it's Austin. 1,080 feet. That's 3 trips around the bases. For you last night. That second one, I don't know if it's landed yet, and I think it burned up in re-entry as it left the atmosphere. When you hit one like that, is it hard? I mean, not to show up the pitcher and do a little bat toss and begin the special trot, because that one was a no-doubter.
Yeah, off the bat, I got that one. And if you looked at who I was facing, I wasn't going to show him up. That is a phenomenal athlete on the mound. And if it's any other sport besides baseball, I don't know if I'm able to take it, with the size and the athleticism. But that's what's crazy about this game is, the guy that's built like that. And, he's got me in everything, but I got him on that pitch. And, it feels good to be able to do that in such a big moment. But I've been on the side of flipping the bat and, having a all about me moment, and I don't think it pays off in the long run. I think my next day be, if you could call it good karma or what, but I feel like if I really showboat pitcher and make it about me, I don't know if I get the third one. But that's my opinion.
So you get the 3 home runs. Can you break down each pitch that you got? Were they all the same? Do you know what they were? Was there something that, just caught your eye, with him?
Yeah, I was able to get in the fastball count. That guy has some really good stuff, but, if anybody becomes one-dimensional, the hitter's chances of success rise up exponentially. And the first 2 were off fastballs, but that's his bread and butter. And, I like to take pride, and I can hit the heater pretty well. But the third one was cutter, and I've really struggled off guys throwing cutters. And the 3-1 pitch, I wasn't expecting him to throw a cutter. I was expecting a break ball. But he threw the cutter, and I took it. And I stepped out, and I said to myself, if he threw it 3-1, he'll throw it 3-2. Well, sure enough, he threw the same pitch, and me and Coach Vitello and Coach Elam, Coach Ross have been working on staying up the middle and staying to the ball and stuff, and I got a barrel on it, and it went for me, so it was pretty cool.
We're joined on the show by Evan Russell, the pride of Scotts Hill High School. 3 home runs, tying a Tennessee school record on Saturday as Tennessee completes a sweep of LSU. Evan, I'll ask you very simply. You were there before, this thing started to turn around. You're a big part of it now. What has been the difference as you guys have sort of put yourself now among the top programs in college baseball?
I think the big difference is the confidence in the locker room. We won this series this weekend, and nobody was surprised. And that's really what I was really, happy to see is, like, everyone just got their stuff on. We celebrated, and, we went to eat. And there was nothing that we had done that was, like, shocked anyone. And I feel like my first year, if we won a series this big, let alone sweep, I don't know if Bateau would have slept for a week. I don't know if we would have, been prepared this next week based off of our emotions being so high. But I think with us, our confidence, we don't expect anything but success right now. And I think that's only going to grow. And, with that mentality,
I'll tell you what, Evan, we're going to let you take part in something we do every week. It's the Marathon Question of the Week. You want to get a full tank of freedom, stop by your neighborhood marathon station, Marathon, fueling the American spirit. So here's the question for you. When you look at this baseball team, you see what you've done to this point. You just sort of touched on it, that you feel like this is just the start. As you guys now look ahead, you got a midweek game against Western Carolina, then you go to Alabama. What is important? What is most important now for this team pointing forward?
Going forward, I think the most important thing is having guys in the middle lineup like Jordan Beck, Luke Lipsius, myself, Max Ferguson. I think the most important thing is for us to get going. I think we've really succeeded up until this point without us really, shining at the maximum capacity that we can and the full potential. But if we can get us going and get some arms in that bullpen, really come out and succeed for us with Connor Housley and Martin McLaughlin, and Elijah Pleasance, if we could get these guys, these specific guys to succeed, I don't know if there's a team out there that compete with us.
Average tank of gas was $1.46. It's not that anymore, but that was the year 2001, the last time Tennessee baseball won its first 2 series in SEC play. What were you, 2? How old? What year were you born? 99?
I was born in 98.
98. Hey, feels like 98.
That's a good year for Tennessee, 98.
No doubt. When you kind of put all that in perspective, and Chris talked about how you were, here before the turnaround really started. I think what's Coach Vitello in this baseball team in this last 43 games, like 37 and 6? It's something silly. Yeah. You guys have been playing at such a high level, but to hear the stats, first time you've won the first series in SEC play in 7 years, first time you've won your first 2 in 20 years. When you start down to break down these walls, is it neat? I don't want to put the cart before the horse. I don't want you guys to start feeling good about yourselves because there's a lot of work to be done. But at the same time, do you ever take time to kind of look around and go, man, we are doing something neat here under this guy?
I think myself, Pete, Luke, Redmond, Will Help, and Sean Hunley, I think we look around and we're like, wow, this is completely different than what it was whenever we first stepped in this program. But that's the fun thing about it is the new guys, that's all they know. And they've developed a winning mentality, and they expect to win these games that we won today. And that's something that I was never really a part of, was walk-off wins. It's always against it. But the freshman and sophomore class, even the junior class, they're used to winning these games now. And I think that's really big for a program because if you can win games, the confidence and the nerves at the end of the game, they kind of relax.
Hey, Evan, it's Chris again. What was Coach Vitello's message to you guys as a team after today's win? As you gathered out there in the outfield, the locker room, wherever, I wonder what he, tried to convey to you guys after today's win.
He really preached on how the guys that had success today was just the guys with guts. It wasn't guys getting in there worrying about their stats or worrying about, what if I mess up or what if I don't get this job done. It was the guys that were like, listen, this is my best stuff. You're going to get it. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, we'll try again. And, that's basically his mentality, everything. He likes to have a team full of competitors and with no fear. And, that's what he really wanted to get across today after we showed it. And he was really proud of us, I'd say.
When you look around the locker room, do you see that no fear mentality? You lost a key piece of your pitching staff earlier in the week. You jump out in the game that you had a massive game, but all of a sudden you look up and you're down 8-7, and then the weather hits. You guys have kind of been able to overcome some things. Do you kind of see that kind of fearless mentality amongst this team now?
Yeah, no, and it's getting. And whenever we first went to Georgia Southern, we had some timid at bats and some timid games, and I don't feel like that's the case anymore. But people are finally starting to be themselves, and whenever we're able to still win games while being timid, that shows we got the talent. But if we can combine the talent with the mentality, I really like our chances.
Evan, it's Chris again. We really appreciate you spending some time. We're talking to Evan Russell, who tied a Tennessee school record on Saturday with 3 home runs. The other thing, and it sort of speaks to what you're talking about, Evan, I think back to some of the key hits you guys had in this series. A lot of them were with 2 strikes. I think your third home run was with 2 strikes. Drew Gilbert's double to tie the game in Game 2 with 2 strikes, and then Luke's walk-off single to win it today with 2 strikes. To me, that's the essence of playing with guts.
Absolutely, and if you look at our best hitter, top to bottom, now it's Lincoln, and his hits are with 2 strikes, and it just goes to show you that fans got guts on offense and defense, and it helps to have a leadoff like that. It kind of sets the tone for.
Well, I'll tell you what, Evan, we're going to let you go, brother. We appreciate the time. Good luck to you guys the rest of the season. We hope to catch up down the road. Stay healthy and go have a good dinner. And do this. Put your meal tonight on the managerial staff there. Make them pay for it, okay?
Absolutely. Yeah, I'll make sure that O gets a check.
Thanks, man. Good luck to you, okay?
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, that's Evan Russell joining us tonight on The Nation, again with 3 home runs on Saturday to tie a school record. Did you ever hit 3 home runs, AP, in Little League or Pony League or anything?
No. Feels like 98, we said. Feels like 2001 because that was the last time Tennessee won their first 2 SEC series to start the SEC play. Coincidentally, that year, that team went to the College World Series.
I don't think I ever hit 3 home runs my entire Little League career, to be honest with you.
Yeah, and Ken Griffey Baseball on Super Nintendo.
Anyway, our thanks again to Evan Russell joining us. And